Have you ever wondered if there's a better way to study? Traditional testing methods usually focus on testing what we already know. But what if we told you that testing yourself before studying could actually improve your learning? Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore fascinating research comparing two powerful learning techniques, pretesting and posttesting. Plus, we'll discuss what this means for education in Pakistan and beyond. In a study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology, Applied, researchers Dr. Shana Pan and Dr. Farjan Sana explored two very different approaches to testing. The research objective of this study is to compare the effects of pretesting, errorful generation, and posttesting, retrieval practice, on learning outcomes, particularly long-term retention and understanding. It aims to determine whether generating answers before studying can enhance memory retention similarly to traditional testing methods conducted after learning. First, there's pretesting, where learners attempt to answer questions before they've studied the material, often resulting in incorrect guesses. Then there's posttesting, or retrieval practice, where learners answer questions after studying, strengthening what they already know. The big question: which approach better supports long-term learning? In their innovative study, Pan and Sana, 2021, set out to uncover how different testing methods impact learning. They conducted a series of control experiments with college students, using a smart design that split participants into two groups, pretest and posttest. Times pretesting group, these students tackled questions about new material before studying. They took a guess at the answers, often making mistakes. After all, they hadn't learned the material yet. But here's the twist: once they reviewed the correct answers, their brains were primed to absorb the information more effectively. Times posttesting group, in contrast, this group studied the material first and then faced a retrieval test on what they had just learned. The study used engaging text passages followed by questions to measure how well students remembered the information. By testing retention both immediately and after some time had passed, the researchers were able to compare the two groups' performance. This clever methodology revealed valuable insights into how pretesting and posttesting affect long-term memory and understanding, showcasing the surprising benefits of trying to answer questions before you study. Through a series of experiments, Pan and Sana found that both techniques have distinct benefits. Here's a quick breakdown. 1. Pretesting can boost learning. When learners try to answer questions before studying, they create a mental framework for the material, even if they initially get the answers wrong. This process actually increases their curiosity and primes their minds to absorb correct information later. 2. Posttesting reinforces memory. Traditional posttesting after studying is effective because it leverages the testing effect. Recalling information strengthens memory more than simply reviewing it. 3. Errorful generation promotes curiosity. Pretesting encourages students to actively engage with the material. When learners try to answer questions and make errors, it activates their curiosity and helps them remember the correct answers more effectively later on. What can countries like Pakistan and others learn from this study? 1. Encourage active learning strategies. In many educational systems, including Pakistan's, students often rely on rote memorization. Incorporating pretesting could help students actively engage with the material, even if they lack prior knowledge. This shift could be especially beneficial in large classes where individual attention is limited. 2. A low-cost implementation. Pretesting is easy to implement and requires no special resources. Teachers could simply start lessons with a few thought-provoking questions or quizzes, stimulating curiosity and setting a purpose for learning. This could be highly beneficial in under-resourced schools or rural areas. 3. A shift in perspective on assessments. This study emphasizes the power of viewing tests as tools for learning rather than just assessment. Schools could adopt frequent, low-stakes pretests and posttests to reinforce material, helping students build stronger, long-lasting knowledge. 4. Student-centered learning. Pretesting fosters an environment where students are active participants in their learning journey. This aligns with educational reforms promoting critical thinking skills, which are crucial for the evolving needs of students in Pakistan and beyond. So what can educators and students take away from this research? Here are 3 practical tips. 1. Incorporate low-stakes pretests. Pretests can be framed as an opportunity for students to engage and make guesses, without the pressure of scoring. This method can prepare their minds for learning the correct information. 2. Use both pretesting and posttesting. A combination of pretests before learning and posttests after can maximize retention, allowing students to benefit from both error-full generation and retrieval practice. 3. Make testing part of the learning process. Shifting the view of testing from an assessment tool to a learning tool can help students embrace it as a method to improve understanding, rather than something that simply measures knowledge. In conclusion, both pretesting and posttesting offer unique ways to enhance learning. Pretesting encourages curiosity and primes the brain for learning, while posttesting strengthens memory. By combining these approaches, educators can maximize students' retention and understanding. For countries like Pakistan, these insights could support more effective, low-cost learning strategies that bring students closer to their potential. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more educational insights, and comment below with your thoughts. Do you think pretesting would be helpful in your classes? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.